warm greetings to all of you. It's my pleasure to be in here, and thank you for coming and listening and watching. My presentation is indeed about the Schoenstatt ideals and values and principles which Schoenstatt use, which meaning those youngsters who are connected to Schoenstatt think that they should be used or they could be used to achieve a real sustainable lifestyle. And the title says a lot, I think, and let me just stop here immediately at the very beginning for just a moment, because I think language is very important. So, for example, according to my experience, using saving creation instead of, for example, environmental protection is much better. It's a much influential word and expression. And people and students could be motivated more by using this word instead of environmental protection. It seems to be just a very small thing to use the right words in the right moments, but it is very important, I think. Each of us has very unique and beautiful languages with many expressions related to ethics. And we should use it. Sometimes we just don't use them, or don't use them so diversely and don't think about them, especially what I feel, what I experience that the young generation maybe forget some expressions. Okay, so what is, sorry, just click because okay, sorry. So what is Schoenstatt? Actually, this is a spiritual and also a family movement which was originated from here, from Germany, at the time of the First World War, also based on the great shock of being in a world war. And it was founded by a German monk and philosopher and teacher, Joseph Kentenich, who was the founder of the movement. And it's not very surprising that one of the cornerstone of the Schoenstatt movement is the personal connection with God, as it is for I think, all of the religions. But the specialty of the Schoenstatt movement is the relationship of the Holy Mother, of the relationship with Mary, and the inspirations we could gain from our relationship or close relationship with Mary, and the experiences and practical way of considerations we could learn from Mary. And there are maybe the most important core values of Schoenstatt are the personal ideals. Personal ideals are very important as the source of motivation for our acts, and self-cultivation or self-development too. And there is a saying of Father Kentenich that he said that he wanted to educate and to help young generation to become strong, priestly, and a strong, free, and priestly character. And I think that my idea was that those teachings and principles and values and virtues of the Schoenstatt movement could be used also for using it for saving creation. Okay, so I used a short questionnaire, online questionnaire with only 6 questions about the Schoenstatt values, about the Schoenstatt ideals, virtues, connections, and the way of practical realization of those important core values and principles. And and the target group was the Schoenstatt youth, the young people connected somehow to the Schoenstatt movement from Germany and also from Hungary. Why also from Germany? It's not because of the origin of the movement, but because our spiritual guidance is coming also from Germany. We have a Schoenstatt sister, a German Schoenstatt sister living partly in Germany, Austria and Hungary. And she is, let's say, responsible for our spiritual development in the Schoenstatt movement. And okay, the numbers you can see in the bottom, in the corner of the bottom side, are not so high, not so great, I mean. So I know that, but it was a very hard work to collect the questionnaires and to get them back. Because many of the, I had to be quite aggressive, especially for Hungarian youngsters, not so much to the German ones. But when I asked why they didn't want to respond, they said that the questions were so difficult, and they didn't think about them, and that somehow it was maybe a bit. They created maybe a bit bad feeling about whether they really achieved something or so. Okay, so but I thought that because I got many interesting replies and things and many interesting responses, so I considered that the results are worth to present in here. So you see, okay, I hope you can see it. It's a little bit different than on the screen. That there are some expressions for the Schoenstatt values, for those Schoenstatt values which could be used or should be used for saving creation, and including responsibility. Simon just showed us his last slide that maybe we should kill the word responsibility. My idea is that we should not kill some expressions, but use them, and use them so diversely as our language or languages have so diversity of words and expressions and meanings, and call the attention of the meanings for the young generation too. So responsibility, mindfulness. Pascal was just talking about mindfulness today early morning, and values for connecting, for connections for our communities, and so on and so on. Organic thinking. I will get back to this expression just in the next slide. And unity with God and creation. You can read those expressions in here. Self-cultivation. Again, it goes back. And self-disciplines. Proactive care, respect. So as you see, there were some differences between the responses of the girls and between the responses of the boys we got. Okay, so what is that? What do we mean by using the word organic way of thinking? Let's start from the bottom. This flow chart starts from the bottom. is that the very basic is the natural laws, the chemical and physical foundation of our world. And of course, they form our natural environments. Oops, sorry. And we use these natural environments. We use, and it's called, or this is a frequently used expression, ecosystem service or services, which I don't like very much. And I think many others don't like very much, not because of the word ecosystem, but because of the word services. Because they are, I think words are important, and they are really not services, but rather gifts, or rather our life-sustaining wonders. Okay, and so here got to the situation when the state of our environments are decreasing quite oftenly and sadly, and accordingly the environmental services are decreasing too. So what could be the solution? The solution would be to consider proper regulations, inner and outer regulations, and I think this is the point when we could connect the spirituality to this whole flow chart, or this whole topic, that spirituality and the very rich spiritual inheritance of our religions should be used for community interest, and for wide community interest, not only for narrow scale and short time individual and economical interests. Okay, number 2, Schoenstatt ideals. The youngsters think that should be used for achieving, let's say, sustainability. Okay. Care of creation for girls, family, responsibility, beauties. I'm glad that beauties are so important for girls. Beauties are important for boys, but maybe they were too shy to mention this one. Personal ideas, respect, care of creations, the same. Quite often the same expressions and same values and ideals came back again. Connections. I asked the boys and girls which kind of connections they consider to be needed to be effective in saving creations, and they said communities, they said connections to objects and reuse, not to just use shortly and throw away, or tools and devices, communities, common actions, love of creations and beauties, here for boys, and the strong connections to localities, to our homes, and home communities are important too. The fourth question was about virtues, which could be implemented for achieving real sustainable lifestyle, awareness, temperance, responsibility, again, selflessness for girls. Of course, as you most likely realize that the highest the numbers of the mentionings for the expressions, the brighter the color, the yellow color in the slides. Okay, wisdom humility, justice. Just it's very good to realize the beauties and diversities of our expressions too. Okay, so it's 7:15. Okay, so let. Oh, 5 minutes left. Okay, thank you. So what I asked not children but the young people, what do they think? At what level of those Schoenstatt ideals and values and virtues should be implemented in education? According to the presentation of Pascal today morning, what should be the leverage point of, or in the educational system, we should implement those gifts and wonders of, for example, of the Schoenstatt. And yeah, they said mostly that at all levels of education or from the primary school level. I think that they don't or didn't mention the family level, because they just simply didn't think about the family, because maybe my question was wrong. The question was related to the educational system or systems, and they didn't think about family. It was just one person who included family in her response. Okay, the last question. What should be what were the sources of their motivations, which they gained from the Schoenstatt teachings, let's say? And not surprisingly, both boys and girls mentioned the Schoenstatt camps, which are very important for their practical experiences. The Schoenstatt camps, which are organized each year separately for boys and girls, led by elder Schoenstatt members. It is organized in a distant natural place each year, a beautiful place. It's sometimes hard, especially for children who are only adopted to your urban lifestyle, but it is very useful. And many of the responders highlighted that how Schoenstatt camps were useful for them, either considering environmental problems or awareness, and so on and so on. But some of them were saying that they had no such experiences. So summary, as the summary to the 6 questions, then spirituality matters, of course. It's very good to have this in the responses. Care of creation or sustainability or environmental protection is important, or responsibility. Communities, places, and common actions or connections to people with the same way of thinking is important too. Virtues, from the huge diversity of virtues, awareness and responsibility got the highest scores. Education and camps I mentioned. This summary divided to the 2 sexes, for girls and for boys. There are some differences, but many things which are common for both of them. The same here. Okay, and Schoenstatt camps. Some pictures from the regular Schoenstatt camps for children. They are different age groups for those children who are attending to the Schoenstatt camps. Okay, So the implications that we need new relationships and we need to be busy, I mean for teachers, we need to be busy to help to build children or youngsters these days new relationships with the nature and with each other, and experiencing together being out in nature. And so saving creation can bring people together, okay? Transformative environmental education. We have heard about more about this from His Excellency yesterday. And of course, Laudato Si is a basic, not only a basic document, but a basic source for inspiring and thought-provoking ideas. Some or two very short quotation from Laudato Si and from Pope Francis, highlighting the importance of our relationships in the broadest term, live in communion with God, with others, and with all of the other creatures. Compassion. We should develop and develop compassion in ourselves and in the future generations. Solidarity toward the entire world, and gratitude. This last quotation, or those last quotations, are from the founder of the Schoenstatt movement, Father Joseph Kentenich, about the gratitude, about the shocking power of gratitude and what does it mean, and that gratitude and the experiencing gratitude can help us when we have difficulties. The very last slides, the Mary's Garden. Mary's Gardens are for celebrating life, celebrating the beauties and wonders of life. Even Mary's life can be completed in large cities like Budapest, among large, big blocks of flats, like you have also here in Nuremberg. And this is the Mary's Garden of the Hungarian Schoenstatt movement. And the Hungarian Schoenstatt movement has its center in Óbudavar, which is just above the lake Balaton. And this is a beautiful garden.
We need to come to an end.
Yeah, with the several symbols, because not only words but symbols are also important for us. So I thank the Schoenstatt sister Gertrud Maria Erhard, and we have already a Schoenstatt father who is a Hungarian young man, Péter Csermák, and thank you for your attention.